Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 19th of December for the Sun or the Ascendant. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. But in this festive week, it really is a celestial blockbuster because on Tuesday, Jupiter, the planet of growth, of optimism, and traditionally in astrology of good fortune, returns to the go-getting, energized and fiery sign of Aries. Now on Wednesday, we have the winter solstice. This triggers the beginning of the last four cardinal quadrants, and this takes us through to the spring equinox, which will occur in March. So the flavour of this particular event, particularly as it also sees the Sun move into Capricorn for the first time in 11 months, but square up with Jupiter, is critical to this week's influences. This is kind of repeated on the back of the new moon in Capricorn, which occurs on Friday. But we also have Venus forging a really sparkling angle to both Uranus and the North Node. So there can be some surprise developments that could thrill some of us this week. And on Christmas Day itself, the Sun in the sign of Capricorn makes way for the moon moving into Aquarius, which in turn forges a lovely sextile to Jupiter, and that really can create some extra bonhomie. So please stay with me for each of your zodiac signs, but if you would like to understand what year will hold for you as an individual, please give me 3 pieces of personal birth data, of time, date and place of birth, and I can produce your forecast for next year. Plus in my special package you will get a PDF of your Chinese, your Vedic and also Western tropical zodiac forecast, as well as 30% off. You can get your life roadmap, your character analysis. Please see the link beneath this video for more. So Cancer, your week commencing the 19th of December forecast begins with Jupiter and the Sun in a right angle, but both preparing to relocate. In the terms of Jupiter, it's on Tuesday. It climbs into the most prodigious and also prestigious part of your situation, the 10th house, and will be there through to the middle of June. On the 14th of February, you'll start to get even more support from Jupiter as it emerges from its post-retrograde shadow. Maybe something that you tried earlier in 2022 which didn't quite work out. That could be within your grasp in the first half of the new year. But the Sun moves with the winter solstice on Wednesday into your opposite sign. But this can be particularly good for you this year in particular, because Venus, the planet of relating, and Mercury, the planet of talk and thought, but in the 7th house of your situation, excellent for sharpening up our ability to tune in and listen to other people and to be a bit more detached about other people's viewpoints. Well, they're laying in wait along with the very strategic and very powerful energies of Pluto, which have been shaking up your relationships in a big way since 2008. But Jupiter squares the arrival of the Sun in your 7th house. It could mean that something really quite unexpectedly could happen around a professional relationship. For example, somebody could reach out and offer you some kind of solution or potential role that really excites you. Then again, it could just be in a very informal situation. You get chatting to a line manager and just realise that there's a bit more to this person, or they can see a bit more into your situation, and there could be a greater connection, especially if there's goodwill on both sides. What I would say is I wouldn't try too hard around any kind of relationship. And because the 10th house can be a very Capricornian influence in terms of where Jupiter is for you, this can tempt us to try to steer things, guide things, yes, control things a bit too much. And what this 7th house energy in Capricorn is asking you to do is to embrace the whole concept of trying to reach that sweet point between what you need in your situation and how you can interact with others where they get their needs met. There may need to be a bit of compromise, give and take on either side, but it's certainly a wonderful time to celebrate the things we have in common rather than focusing on what makes us different. Also, Uranus and the North Node are in a very idealistic part of your situation, pushing you to see the higher truth, and they're linking in a very positive way to Venus. Wouldn't be a surprise, to be honest, if you're single, if you did meet someone during the festive hubbub that really is someone that you find very alluring, very interesting, and has a sense of fascination, charisma about them, which may be very hard to resist. But on Friday, the moon, your ruler, merges with the sun in the new moon. And this is the weakest position of the moon's journey through its new moons in the whole year. So although this can be an opportunity for improvements, for developing greater and closer bonds with people, we just need to be aware that the moon in this part of your personal situation does rely upon you letting go a little bit of your primacy, because the moon in the 7th house is about being more receptive, not necessarily wanting to get things so much on our own terms. So it's excellent for uniting with people and seeing the common themes, and with Venus and Mercury there as well to help, it could be therefore very helpful to you as long as you can let go of that need to be in charge, which can be an issue sometimes with Cancer people. But Jupiter generally, I think if you're wanting to set your sights on a new career in the new year, you're going to burst into 2023 with a great deal of enthusiasm about that. And I think if it is a job which in some ways you can relate or represent people, as an advocate or as a salesperson or as a customer service person, that's excellent, because your relating skills can really sparkle as this year draws to a close. Now, I don't know if you're going to be on your own on Christmas Day, but if that's something you're not ideally choosing, you will be very much in my thoughts. But whatever your situation, have a very happy Christmas.